Finally, let's look at how this person may react when you do confront them. It never happened. It was your fault. I said I was sorry. Look at what we did for you. We did the best we could. How could you do this to me? Just remember, even if they say they don't remember it, it doesn't mean it didn't happen. An apology is just the beginning. You cannot accept responsibility for what was done to you as a child. The next step is working to make a better relationship. Your job is to hold on to your reality and not get pushed back into your old defensive and reactive patterns, no matter what your parents do or other toxic people you're dealing with. If this is a confrontation with your parents, it may impact their relationship with each other. That is not your responsibility. It may also result in reactions from your siblings, either positive or negative. Be ready for these reactions. Depending on your parents' reactions, you will then have to decide what you do going forward. If they seem to understand your pain and be willing to communicate and work with you to improve the relationship, then you can try and teach them how you expect to be treated like an equal going forward and how you expect to be communicated with. If they don't seem to accept that the relationship needs to change and they go back to behaving like they were in their relationship with you previously, then you could stay in contact with them, but on more superficial terms. Perhaps you won't share as much with them and you'll stay on emotionally neutral topics. The last option is to give up on your relationship with your parents altogether for your own mental well-being. This will no doubt be incredibly painful, and perhaps a trial separation of 3 months with no contact for 3 months would be best before you then reassess the situation and consider whether your parents are willing to change or if you will stand by your decision. This will give you both the time and space to consider the needs of your relationship for each other and the impact it's having on your life. You can then go back to your parents after 3 months and see if they're more willing to meet the new terms of your relationship with them and how this new relationship will be. In a well-functioning family, friendship, partnership, or business, people will try to work out their issues openly with each other to resolve conflict. Parents, partners, friends, or colleagues who are toxic will instead avoid the issue and try to cover it up. That's their way of dealing with it. Perhaps the best way to understand why these toxic people in your life are the way they are and why they're having this impact on you is to try and understand how do toxic people cope with problems. Some of the default methods that toxic parents have to avoid or cover up an issue or problem that they are dealing with is denial, projection, triangulating, keeping secrets. Let's step through these one by one. So denial has 2 phases. Nothing is wrong and something is wrong, but it won't happen again. So if you're experiencing denial from a toxic person, they might term a batterer a strict disciplinarian, or an alcoholic as a social drinker. Projection. Projection also has 2 phases. Parents who are toxic parents may accuse their child of the very inadequacies they are suffering from, or they will blame their child for driving them to these inadequacies. For example, a father who can't hold down a job may accuse his son of being lazy or shiftless. An alcoholic mother will blame her daughter for causing the unhappiness that drives her to drink. Sabotage. In a family with a severely dysfunctional parent, the other family members will assume the role of rescuers or caretakers. When that person seeks help and tries to improve and stop behaving the way they are, the other family members, usually the other parent, will subconsciously try to sabotage their progress because this change is threatening the precarious balance of the family. They want things to revert to the way they were before, so everyone can revert back to their familiar role in the family. Triangling. In a toxic family, one parent may enlist the help of a child as an ally or advocate against the other parent. This can create an unhealthy triangle within the family where the child feels under pressure to choose between both sides, to choose between both parents. Keeping secrets. Secrets help toxic parents cope by turning the family into a private little club where no outsiders are permitted. This provides a bond to pull the family together, especially when the family balance is threatened. If you have confronted your parents and unfortunately there is no change in the way that they treat you, you need to let go of the struggle. You will need a lot of support from your friends, a partner, a therapist. This does not mean that you have to let go of your parents, but it does mean you have to let go of trying to get your parents to change so that you can feel better. Trying to figure out what you are supposed to do so you can get their love. Being so emotionally reactive to them. The fantasy that one day they are going to give you the caring support you deserve. I hope this has been useful for you and you gained something from this. Again, I'm still learning, so just sharing what I've learned so far from reading this book. I wish you all the best in your journey.